Record. I'm going to, do you know how to mute and unmute yourself? Like in case you got down on the bottom, are you on your phone or your computer? Your phone?
I think I got it on the audio, right?
Yeah. Okay. So just for background purposes, that works. And then if you have anything to interject, please feel free to unmute yourself. Or if you have any questions or anything, feel free to unmute yourself. But I'm going to make this quick since I've just kind of given us a little time slot between 8:30 and 9 o'clock on Monday nights. So over the past year, our time schedule has changed a little bit, but I've been trying to keep it still on Monday nights. And 8:30 is a good time for me as far as like attempting to get my child in bed. It's amazing. She's actually in bed before 8:30 tonight. And then we have the dream team call at 9 o'clock. So that's just a little 30-minute window that we can get together and either talk about something specifically, or if anybody has any questions that they want to come and bring to the table. So tonight I just wanted to, first, the only announcement that I have is about Super Saturday, which is coming up very shortly if you're not aware of it. Hang on. Okay, well, anyway, Super Saturday happens every quarter, and they have them all over the U.S. and Canada. We are actually running one. We're hosting one. Myself, Deidre Penrose, and Alicia Smith are hosting one in Chambersburg this coming October 29th. It is from 10 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you are local to Chambersburg, that would be really awesome if you guys could make it. It is $10. The link is in the Commit to Fit Team page on Facebook. So that's an easy sign up. If you are not near the Chambersburg area, there are other Super Saturdays all around the U.S. So if you want to find one that's near you and you're having trouble, you don't know where to locate one and you want to go to one, let me know and we can find you one. Because they are, I know they're often in like larger cities. We always have one in Pittsburgh as well. But this quarter we decided to do another one in Chambersburg, which I'm really excited about because I, for one, was actually tired of traveling. So I'm ready to like travel 10 minutes up the road and not a couple hours. All right. So that is the only announcement that I have. So tonight I just wanted to talk briefly about what is recruiting? Why are we not doing it? What can we do in order to recruit? Why do we want to recruit? Of course, there's a couple different ways that you can run your business, and there are a couple different reasons people have for running their business. Some people just want to be part-time, some want to be full-time, some just want to be hobby coaches and do it for fun. Some people are not financially driven. It's not really a motivating factor. So they don't necessarily care about making a full-time income. Some people just maybe want to do it to help others with their fitness journey. So that kind of, this, I guess I'm more touching on recruiting as far as what you want to do to grow your business if you're a little bit maybe more financially motivated, or if you're motivated to help even more people on their fitness journey, because you can help individuals and you can just be a coach and a leader and help people on their fitness journey and run challenge groups. But if you think about it, the way that you're going to reach even more people and help more people on their fitness journey is by having other people coach as well. That is something that kind of, just as an example for me, happened by happenstance, I guess, or however you want to say it. Like, I didn't really think about it in that process because I knew my goal was to grow a business financially. That was the reason, because I wanted to stay at home and be with my daughter. So my goal was to get a paycheck to pay my bills, to be at home with her. And I had a hard time. I asked my upline, I'm like, is this wrong? I don't want to be doing it for the wrong reason. Like, I don't want to be here for the money. That's not my point. Like, I'm not in it just for the money. And she's like, she had to kind of sit me down and explain to me that you're still doing it for a right reason, because your why is a good why. You want to be with your daughter. It's not that you're just like, oh, I just want to make money and it's all about money, money, money. Because it's not that. I mean, I'm not sitting here thinking like, oh yeah, I have to make $1 million a year. Like, it's not that. I just want to be with my daughter and make enough money to make ends meet, basically, at this point. So as far as I wasn't thinking like, oh, I want to reach 5 billion people and change their lives with fitness. I wasn't thinking about that. But in the process of growing my business and reaching coaches who wanted to coach, and in recruiting, I've in turn been able to watch and help all these individuals on their fitness journey. So it's been really, really cool because all these people that I would have never seen or known are a part of Commit to Fit. So I have my downline, which is, for example, I have Tiffany under me, and then Tanya, you're under Tiffany, and then you're reaching out to people. So it's really neat to me to see how they're all kind of intertwined as far as, whether you want to grow a business and make an income, or if you really just want to help people on their fitness journey and touch lives and help people become healthier individuals. So anyway, how do we do that? How do we recruit? First and foremost, of course, you have to be in a position where you're comfortable reaching out to others. We all hear invite, invite, invite. And it is such it's a vital behavior because it's crucial for this business. So you have to be having these personal conversations with individuals, and that's the way you're more likely to reach people is when you're contacting them privately. I'll talk a little bit about what you can do on your social media venues, but personal conversations, reaching out to anyone and everyone that you think would make a good coach, that you think would enjoy it, that you think would benefit from it. And this might be, if you're starting from the beginning and you haven't really been inviting yet and you're just kind of a new coach or something, this could be anyone that you know personally in your life that you've been in contact with. So it could be good friends or family members or friends of friends, acquaintances that you know are into sports. And I mean, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be somebody that you know has done like an in-home workout. It could be a yoga instructor. It could be somebody that you know has always eaten really healthy or has a knowledge of nutrition. These are really great people to seek out and, in a way, quote unquote, recruit, because you can already see what they're doing in their lives, and they would probably make a good coach because they already have something that they could run with. And it might feel a little awkward at first, kind of reaching out to them and being like, hey, did you ever think about this coaching thing? But think about how you felt if you've ever been offered a job. I don't know about you, but I just recently was in this experience. I am going back into nursing, and I had a couple of jobs offered to me, and just that feeling of being wanted was really, really cool, And so it's the same thing with coaching. If you follow somebody on Facebook and you legitimately think that they would be good at coaching. I mean, I'm not telling you to go just message anybody and everybody and tell them that you think they would be good at coaching, because there are a lot of people that aren't going to be good at it. And I don't want you to lie to anybody, obviously. But if you have people in your life that you know, or people that you found on Facebook that you're following, maybe you're on Instagram and you've sought out people using specific hashtags, and you found people that are into CrossFit or yoga or gyms or whatever it is, and you've just found them to be motivational and inspirational, and into fitness and stuff, and you start chatting with them, and this is an easy icebreaker. Even it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of a cold invite, but it's speaking to them and who they are as a person anyway. So it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just a great way to kind of start a conversation with them. You could say, if you've never talked to them before, I've been following you on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, and I really enjoy, your motivational posts that I see, and it looks like you're really into fitness or you are living a really healthy lifestyle. I was wondering if you've ever thought about doing what I do. Or you can say, do you know about what I do? Or have you ever thought about sharing your love of fitness with others? And it's just kind of a nice little icebreaker, kind of way to get started. And don't think about it as far as how it's going to benefit you. Don't go into the conversation thinking, I want to get this person because I need to have them on my team because I want to grow my team. But think about how it's going to benefit them and how it can change their life and affect their life. Because if you think about where you started and what Beachbody has done for you, that's something that you can share with them. And that could quite possibly be something that they've never thought about. They've never even thought to be possible. I mean, I know we have challengers and coaches that I never invited, but they came to me, and in turn, they ended up really enjoying and appreciating and having great results with Beachbody or coaching. And I never even saw, I never saw that as a possibility because I didn't think that they would be into that. So you can't ever assume either. And that's why it's great to invite, oh, there, maybe you left. That's why it came back to me. I don't know. But anyway, that's why it is important to eventually reach out to anybody and everybody, because you can't just assume who's going to benefit from this coaching or who's going to like it or who's going to enjoy a challenge group. So build those relationships and have those conversations and seek out those people that are sharing their own fitness journeys or that seem to be into any sort of health and fitness way of life anyway, because they could quite feasibly make good coaches in the long run. Use your Facebook page or your Instagram or whatever social media avenue as your sneak peek. I don't know if some of you are familiar with some of the sneak peeks that we do. We run like event groups sometimes and do a quote unquote sneak peek into coaching. You can use your Facebook page as your sneak peek into coaching. Share what Beachbody has done for you already. Share what it has done in your life. So whether that's financially or physically, whatever it is, give little tidbits here and there. Leave a little like breadcrumb trail, they say, and share that with those who are watching you and following you. And don't be concerned with, especially if you're a new coach, don't be concerned with the likes and the comments that you're getting, because you don't want to keep going back to your page and seeing how many people liked it or how many people commented and think you can know who's watching and how many people are watching, because there are people that are watching you and they're never going to say anything, or they're not going to say anything until a year down the road. You might run into somebody in the grocery store 6 months into coaching and they're going to say something about, oh, I saw this post that you made about this one particular situation. And it could have been 2-3 months since that happened. And you're thinking to yourself, nobody liked that. I don't remember you liking or commenting, or, I didn't think anybody saw that post. But the reality is people can see stuff on Facebook and you don't know it. And you could have people, stalkers, followers, people that are watching you and following your journey, and you don't even know that they are. So it's important to remain consistent, and you can share that sneak peek into Beachbody coaching on your Facebook wall or your Instagram or whatever it is that you're using. So share your fitness journey. That's really important. Something that they talked about at Summit multiple times that I heard, and actually was on the National Wake Up Call this morning as well with Raina Odell, is pick a program and stick to it. So start from day one and do the whole program and finish it and follow through and show those results. Share that journey. Have people are going to follow because they're going to want to watch that journey. So yes, so for example, what has Beachbody done for you? For me, I like to share a lot about how I'm at home with my daughter because that's what I wanted for Beachbody, and so that's my time freedom with her. That's the ability to work around her schedule and be with her. So I post a lot about her. I share about my workouts, the Shakeology, how it's healthy, what it does for me, how it's benefited me physically. I also talk about personal development a lot and how Beachbody was what showed me personal development, and I never even thought about doing it. I'd heard of like self-help books, but I was never a reader, never even thought about doing audiobooks until Beachbody came along. And so I started sharing about that, and I sometimes make it a point to talk about the fact that, this job, this career has introduced this into my life, and it's made me a better person because, I'm still a work in progress every day, but I love personal development. I love listening to audiobooks and podcasts, and I feel like it is making me a better person. I'm more aware of other people, and that's another thing with Beachbody. They encourage you to get to know others and have these conversations and build relationships and get to know other people because it's about helping them. And I feel that that's helped me to see other people in a different light. That's helped me to kind of see relationships in a different light. So, welcome back. I thought I lost you. So anyway, when I'm talking about sharing on your Facebook wall and how you can do a what is coaching sneak peek on your wall instead of doing like an actual event, self-evaluate. Go back to your Facebook page and scroll through and pretend like you're somebody else that's stalking you. Pretend like you're somebody that doesn't know anything about Beachbody, doesn't know anything about coaching, doesn't know that you're a Beachbody coach, hasn't seen you in years. What are they seeing? What do they see when they look at your wall? Are you sharing about Beachbody and what it's done for you? Are you sharing your fitness journey? Are you sharing why you chose to do this and what it's done in this process and where you're going with it? What are you not sharing? What are you missing? What, if you were an outsider looking in, what do you want to know? You see these posts, but what's missing? What questions would arise if somebody wanted to stalk you and see what you were up to? Create that lifestyle on your social media. So the lifestyle, and that's another thing too, you might hear a lot of people say, fake it till you make it. And it's not about pretending to be something that you're not. It's about exuding confidence and already filling the shoes that you want to have, the shoes that you want to be a part of. So create that lifestyle on your social media and fake it till you make it. Share who you want to be and what Beachbody's doing for you and that coaching opportunity, and share that with them. Just tiny little tidbits here and there. They don't have to be blatant public announcements, but just little breadcrumbs and little tidbits about the journey that you're on and why it's making you a better person or this or that. Something else that you can post about publicly on your Facebook wall, your Instagram, are objections that you get. So you're having these conversations with people all the time. If you're doing invites, you're talking about your challenge group or whatever it is, talk about those objections. And in a way, you can kind of do it ambiguously, I guess, because you're not going to get on your Facebook wall and be like, well, Susan, since you said you can't afford Shakeology, obviously you don't have to be like blatant and blunt like that, but you can post about your objections, and there's going to be more than one person that it's going to speak to. So it's not just going to be that person you just had a conversation with, but there are going to be handfuls of other people that are going to see those objections, and they're going to be like, oh, she does have a good point that if I stopped eating at Domino's and drinking, Starbucks every day, then I probably would have some extra money. So stuff like that. You never know who's watching. And that's something I just said a few minutes ago when you popped off, that you're going to have people following you and watching you, but they're completely silent. You don't know they're there. And 6 months down the road, they're going to tell you that they've been following you this entire time. They're going to remember some post that you made 4 months ago that you thought nobody saw. And they're going to say, I really liked that post that you made, and I can't stop thinking about it. And I've been following you ever since, or whatever. So just realize that people are watching you, and they're quietly doing it, and eventually they're going to speak up. So stay consistent and be consistent with that journey and sharing that on your wall. Share your before Beachbody too. Don't just share, oh, I feel so amazing because I lost all this weight, and Beachbody's so wonderful because this is what I do now. And so like for me, like, oh, I'm at home with Ella all the time and I have this time freedom, blah, blah, blah. But I also have to remember to share who was Kayla before Beachbody? What was it that I was struggling with that I'm doing so much better with now? So share that before Beachbody, share that transformation, and make sure to include that before portion, because others are going to have a better time seeing their future, seeing their after, when they can see your before, because that's where they are right now. Just a little, I should probably finish up because it is like 2 minutes until 9 and the Dream Team call is going to start soon. But I am just a huge fan of YouTube videos. I love watching YouTube videos to learn. That was something that I did when I first started with coaching. I've kind of fallen off a little bit, but I know sometimes if I'm in the car, I'll pull up YouTube real quick and look up like a top 10 coach or somebody that I like to follow, and I'll just find a YouTube video, just a little something to learn. So that's kind of include those a little bit as my personal development. So team calls I find to be very, very important. I know my team is not that big, and a lot of people don't get on the team calls, but I still, now that I'm back in them, I'm going to try and still do one every single Monday and have a little something to talk about, and also catch up with you guys and see if you have questions or anything I can help you with. But Forever Fit calls are always really great. Deidre always has a lot of really great stuff to talk about, and she's been doing this for over 3 years, so she's a lot better at it as far as like she's a whole lot smoother with her calls than I feel like I am, but I'm still learning and growing with it too. I feel like that's why I need to do my calls too, so I can get better at it. The more I do it, I'll get better. But even though it's kind of like one of those step out of your comfort zone things for me. And then the Dream Team calls, of course, are amazing. And National Wake Up calls. I just caught that this morning. I have, you can get on the Beachbody website, and there's a way to have a text reminder sent to your phone. And honestly, that's the only reason I get on the National Wake Up calls, because otherwise I would totally forget. But I have a little reminder. They send you a text 15 minutes before the National Wake Up call, and then it has the phone number. You just click it and it signs you right on. So it's really easy to catch those if you're like, say you're running around taking care of the kids or doing laundry or whatever at 11 o'clock on Monday morning, which actually for you, Tanya, you in a different, I can't even remember where you're at now as far as like time zone, but that's it's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, Chicago.
Okay.
So Central.
Okay. So what's that, 2 hours?
1 hour.
One. Okay. So you'd be at 10, it'd be at 10 for you. So, so I just think it's really important to catch calls and that kind of thing. And, they also have the recordings of those, so you don't have to catch them right at 10 o'clock on Monday mornings. And same with like Dream Team calls at 9, and Forever Fit is Thursdays at 8:30. There's always recordings for everything. And that's another reason I like to hop on YouTube, because then I can find random things of different coaches that I haven't seen yet. So, do you have anything that you want to share or chat about or anything?
I don't think so. I think I'm just getting used to recruiting in the first place.
Yeah.
It's hard to get to start.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
No, yeah, it is. It is. Just keep doing what you're doing and sharing your journey and all that good stuff. um, I know we chat here and there too, so feel free to, message me anytime.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for getting on. I appreciate it. And
Of course. I'll be on more often now.
okay, awesome. Good. That gives me motivation too. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a good night. If you can, try and catch the Dream Team call. You know what? And I didn't share the link, so I'm going to post that right now in the Commit to Fit team page. And if you can hop on, go for it. And I will talk to you later. I'll see you in the challenge group. All right.
Okay. All right. Bye.